My teen is depressed. My teen is an outcast. My teen doesn't know how to behave in society, and sometimes I'm really embarrassed about how they react. My teen is having a problem and I'm ashamed as a mother because of what's going on. If that's you, stay tuned, because we're going to do a very short tapping session to help you alleviate some of this shame and start the growth that is behind the problem, because there is always an opportunity for growth for you, for your teen, for everyone involved. Hi. If you're new to me, my name is Muriel Felous. I am the founder of Co-Parenting with the Universe, and my goal is to help you get tools to align yourself, to tap in your true power, in the power of your true self, which is not this human self that you are. It's way more than that, and the power of enlisting the universe to guide you and help you. But in order to be able to really receive the help of the universe, you need to emote and vibrate at a certain level. And today we're going to talk about shame, because many moms, and I remember experiencing that shame early when my kids were younger, because I had 2 kids with ADHD, and sometimes they were behaving in very awkward ways in society. And I remember feeling ashamed and embarrassed when we were around people, because society is always telling us that our kids should behave that way, and if they don't, or should be that way, or should experience this kind of experiences and not others. And somehow as moms, if that doesn't happen, we are at some level to blame. So today I want to share tapping on shame about your teen experiencing your specific scenario, a certain kind of problems. I mentioned your teen being like an outcast, not having friends, your kid being depressed, your kid skipping school, your kid smoking marijuana, your kid, whatever your scenario is. If you are experiencing shame or guilt, that's what you want to do today. Tap with us. And by the way, I shared some questions in my latest podcast episode, and that would be helpful for you to go listen to that, because you can use those questions to start embarking on the journey toward growth and toward really understanding and, if in a way, graduating the lesson that the universe has for you in this situation, because there is always one. Even when it's extremely difficult, we always have a spiritual lesson in there. So let's go for it. And if you don't know what tapping is, you can refer to the introduction to tapping video in this playlist, or it doesn't even matter. It looks a little bit weird, so you may want to find a private spot, but it's extremely helpful, and there is a ton of scientific studies now to prove it, that it has the potential to rewire your brain. So don't miss this opportunity. We're going to be only a few minutes, and that will help you immensely. Now, focus on your problem. Close your eyes, go to your problem, what's going on. What title would you give to that situation, that story, that experience? A short title. I'm going to call it here My Teen's Problem. You will pick something way more specific. My teen being depressed, my teen being an outcast, my teen smoking marijuana, my teen being confrontational with everyone, my teen, pick your case scenario, being very provocative, because I know that in my house, I had some teens that sometimes were throwing sentences that were kind of provocative to other people, and That was their way to get engaged with the world, because they didn't know anything else until they learned. So whatever your problem is, give it a title. And on a scale of 0 to 10, on your shame level, on the feeling of embarrassment that you have in your body for their behavior, for their situation. It's not you, it's them. But you are embarrassed about it. You feel the shame. 0 being, I don't feel anything, and you wouldn't be here if that was the case. 10 being, it's overwhelming. I'm so ashamed when I think about it. I have such strong bodily reaction that it's overwhelming. You want to be at a 5 or higher. So take note, or even write it down if you want, of the number at which you are now, because we're going to revisit that later. And now let's go into the tapping. So I forgot one thing. Where does that sensation fall in your body? For me, it's in the pit of my stomach when I'm ashamed. Where does it fall for you? Same thing. Take note of that. I will mention the pit of my stomach replaced by your location in your body. Now let's go for it. You can tap on one side, 2 sides, 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 4 fingers. Just follow what I do in the way that it comes to you. And you'll see here it may be less visible, but that's on the bone and the corner of the eye. All the rest is pretty obvious. Even though I have that problem with my teen, that's where you give the title of the story I'm experiencing, or my teen is. Even though my teen has this problem, and I feel deeply ashamed about it, you repeat during the blank. I deeply and completely accept myself and accept what I feel. Even though my teen is, state the problem. Oh, I have this problem with my teen. They have this problem. I deeply and completely accept myself and how I feel. Even though I have all this shame about my teen doing, being, experiencing, I deeply and completely accept myself and I accept how I feel. All that shame in my body, all that shame about my teen's problem, all that shame in my stomach, all that shame in my stomach that I'm not even sure what it is about. All that shame in my stomach because of my teen's issue. All that shame in my stomach. This is below the bone here in the soft spot. I can feel it so strongly in my body. I can feel it every time I think about my teen being or having this problem. It is not feeling good. I don't like this feeling. But yet I can change it. That's how I feel. All that shame in my stomach. All that blue shame in my stomach. What color is it for you? And if you don't know, that's okay. All that shame in my stomach. It is really disturbing me. It is really preventing me from finding a solution. All that shame in my stomach, it is preventing me from thinking clearly. I'm not sure if it's justified or not, but it is there. And I know it doesn't help, but that's how I feel. I know it doesn't help me to deal with that challenge or to help them, but that's what I feel, shame. And no matter where it comes from, I don't even need to understand where it comes from now. I just want it to go. What if I could let it go? What if I could let it go and see the lesson behind all that? What if I understand the lesson and by listening to the episode, you will have more ideas about that. Whether I know the lesson, my lesson, or not, it doesn't help to have shame. So I'm choosing to letting it go now. I'm choosing to let go of that shame. No, I can't because it's here to protect me in some way. It's really twisted, but it's here to protect me. What if I could let it go? What if I could be safe without that shame? I am safe now in this moment. I am safe and they are safe. I now choose to let go of that shame. It is safe to let go of that shame. It is safe to let go of that shame because I am understanding the spiritual lesson behind all that more and more. I am opening to understand that lesson. I am opening to understand a little bit more how I can grow. I choose growth. Therefore, I choose to let go of that shame. I choose growth. Therefore, I let go of that shame. I choose growth and alignment with the universe. I choose growth and understanding of the lesson. I may not understand fully now, but I'm opening to it. I let go of the shame because it doesn't help me understand. I let go of the shame because it has served its purpose. I let go of the shame. It brought me to this tapping so I can understand better. I can now safely let go of that shame. I now choose to let go of that shame. I now feel the shame leaving and the understanding rising. I now choose to open to the universe for guidance. I now choose to open to the universe for assistance in letting go of that shame. I am now letting go of that shame. I am now letting go of the bulk of it or the totality of that shame. I choose growth. I choose to tap in my power. And therefore, I'm letting go of that shame. Because there is a lesson in there, and I'm opening to it. And I'll continue tapping and take a deep breath. And exhale and let go of that shame. You can now stop tapping. Revisit your story. Go back to the title, close your eyes, feel your body. And on a scale of 0 to 10, where are you now with that shame? Chances are it went down. The goal is usually to bring it to between a 0 and 2. If you're not there yet, you can rewind and redo that whole tapping. Really keeping in mind that there is a lesson for you in there. There is a lesson for them. But that's on them to learn it. You cannot do anything about them learning the lesson. Unfortunately, we would love it as moms. But there is a lesson with you. And you can choose to open to that, to go to the next level. Because the more lesson you will learn, the easier it will be for you to apprehend and deal with the upcoming challenges in your life. Because I can promise you, there will always be challenges. But the more we learn to vibrate higher on a dominant basis, the less it is, the shorter the time is for us to be down when a challenge occurs. We bounce back way faster. And we can see the situation with more detachment and being away from the problem to find solutions, to find opportunities for growth. It builds on each other. It accumulates to a point where when you practice these kind of things like tapping and really elevating your vantage points and your perception higher than the problem, the easier it's going to be for you to deal with whatever is coming your way. So I hope it helps. And like I mentioned, if you haven't listened to the episode, go listen to it, because I listed a few questions there that can help you embark on the journey toward the growth and the lesson with more ease. That's it for today. I'll see you next time with another tapping session or another tool. And I wish you to co-parent with the universe with power and joy. Bye.